Good evening, and welcome to this edition of Oskaloosa Today. I'm your host, R.J. Jarvis II. For 100 years now, valves and fire hydrants have been being produced right here in Oskaloosa. In fact, in 1909, the Iowa Valve Company was started here. In 1947, that company was bought out by CLOW Valve, and today, CLOW continues to produce many fire hydrants and valves seen across the country and internationally. Tonight, we bring you a special look at a new manufacturing technique and how it's affecting CLOW's business. This piece is hosted by John Hoffman. Enjoy.
Assembling a 500 to 1,000 pound fire hydrant is no easy task. CLOW Valve Company not only assembles but also manufactures hydrants and valves.
One of the ideas
Jim Kapaska has worked with CLOW Valve Company for almost 3 years and is the team leader in developing and designing a new way to assemble a fire hydrant.
It took probably a year of meetings with both salaried employees and hourly employees, trying to get ideas on what we should do, how we should do it, and what was going to, make the most sense, be efficient, be safe, be ergonomically friendly,
Ergonomics is the applied science of equipment design, as for the workplace, intended to maximize productivity by reducing operator fatigue and discomfort. The new design not only eases the strain on the assembler's body and muscles, but it also earned CLOW Valve Company a nomination in the 2009 Applied Ergonomics Conference Expo, otherwise known as the Ergo Cup. Jim Kapaska led the project and also worked closely with Dan Kruzmark. Kruzmark was able to share valuable experience from his near 40 years at working at CLOW to help develop a new design.
I've really helped, I feel, in redesigning hooks, redesigning the hoist and stuff, so I'm proud of all that.
Working together, Kruzmark and Kapaska designed a cart allowing coworkers to assemble a hydrant horizontally. The cart has an adjustable height and is designed to eliminate muscle stress and fatigue. Currently, there is more than one way to assemble a hydrant at CLOW. The vertical assembly, or soon to be the old way, the horizontal assembly, or soon to be the new way of assembling a hydrant. CLOW contracted an ergonomics specialist as a consultant to compare the vertical assembly to their horizontal assembly. Finding stress on muscles of the upper body dropped from 26% to less than 10%, and stresses on back muscles dropped from 36% to 5%. These results earned CLOW Valve a spot in the 2009 Ergonomics competition. In order to improve the way a hydrant is assembled, Jim first had to learn and understand how hydrants are assembled.
That's been quite the process. It started with me coming out and being the new guy and actually building with them. One of the biggest issues we ran into before was the amount of bending over that the guys had to do to complete their assembly, down at ground level. We've taken all that away and have it at waist height now, and so we don't run into all the bending and twisting that they had before. Everything is right here where it's easy for them to do their work.
Jeremy Goldman has worked with CLOW Valve Company for 10 years and can testify to the ease of the horizontal assembly.
Build them over here on the new tester. It's a lot more ergonomic as far as the table lifts up and turns, and it's easier to dump the water out.
One of the things before that when they did the assembly is they had to manually move the shoe or the bottom of the hydrant and go and set it in place, and then also manually moving the pipe. We've taken that out, have that all done by zero gravity balancers and our hoists, and that has certainly lessened the amount of physical and manual labor that they're doing in the movement of materials.
Definitely my lower back was sore all the time. Sunday nights I start feeling better just in time to come back to work again on Monday. Since I quit lifting the bottoms, carrying them down the pit and whatnot, I don't have that back pain anymore. The new horizontal method of assembling a hydrant also brought about a new way to test the pressure a hydrant is able to hold. The measurement used to test the hydrant is done in pounds per square inch, or PSI.
The test is done by filling the hydrant with water and adding pressure.
You know, with all the advances in technology, we now have the ability to monitor the pressure using pressure transducers, and so we can real-time look at it and see, okay, it is at 500 psi and it is holding it. One of the things we've seen is even the slightest drip, you know, that comes out of the side of a hydrant will show a dramatic drop in pressure. So it just shows, you know, gives us a little more integrity in our test. We're not aware that anyone else in the industry is doing it. And so you know, we're excited that we can provide that quality to our customers with these life-saving devices.
We're required to test the hydrant at twice the poundage versus what we advertise. It's sold as a 250 hydrant, 250 pounds. That's why we pump them up and test them to 500.
The firefighters use their truck to build pressure in the hydrant, somewhat similar to the way CLOW adds pressure to test the hydrant. But what happens if too much pressure is built up within the hydrant? One fire department in New York found out.
They had hooked it on to the hydrant improperly and blew the nozzle section 3 and 4 stories high.
The nozzle section of the hydrant weighs around 120 plus pounds.
So we went and sent quality control out to check it out and to find out that they had hooked the hoses up wrong and turned the valves wrong on the fire truck. They were exerting 3,000 pounds per square inch.
It's human nature not to want to change, just like new software for your computer.
Probably one of the biggest challenges has been the resistance to change. Just have a hard time adapting to a new process and the new way of doing things.
After doing the old way for so many years, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, but it's growing on me.
There are still a few more changes to be made to the horizontal assembly as well.
We are in the process of changing some of our machines so that the parts will come horizontal in and out of the machine all the way to assemble and never have to be vertical at all.
The horizontal assembly is undoubtedly easier on the assembler's body, but will also save CLOW some money. CLOW estimates they will experience an annual reduction of workmen's compensation claims in excess of $40,000 and product efficiency savings of $92,000. The savings alone with the ergonomic improvements should make CLOW a worthy contender at the 2009 Applied Ergonomics Conference and Expo.
Some of our competition will be the Boeing Corporation, GE, Johnson & Johnson, Toyota. So it's pretty special for a company out of Oskaloosa, Iowa, such as CLOW, to be represented and selected to be in that. And we take it as an honor and hope that we can represent CLOW and McWane well.
The Ergo Cup will be held in Reno, Nevada, March 23rd through the 26th. I'm John Hoffman, and thank you for watching this edition of Oskaloosa Today. Next time you travel out of Oskaloosa, take a closer look at the fire hydrants you see. You'll likely be reminded of home.